Win some and you lose some. It's definitely good that my parents, when I entered into marriage, it said, hey, look, you're on your own. I had to know that I was going to be financially stable. But there's always bumps in the road, I had expected to have this amount of income and stuff like that, and it always seems to fall short. Having great parents that were able to help me and teach me financial principles, for life, they really will last, and it's going to really help us, and we have seen that.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, August 24th. All right, I just finished my video on Christine Brown. I'll probably have to do my next video on Christine tomorrow. I have so much to do. This is the third video and I have editing to do after this one, but this one's about Josh Duggar and his job. So today we covered the book by Ginger and Jeremy, which I gave a scathing review, 1 out of 5 stars. And I would love you to watch that video if you haven't yet. And then we talked about Christine Brown denouncing polygamy, which is amazing. Now we're going to talk about Josh Duggar and his job. Okay, so I got an email. I've been getting emails periodically from my friends that have friends inside with Josh, and I actually have 2 friends that have friends inside with Josh. This one is a friend. This one is a parent of a person that's actually been there for quite a while, and I think they're getting released here in the next year. But here's what we have for today. So earlier today I got an email from my source whose son is in the facility, and apparently Josh Duggar has a job. So everyone that's in Seagaville can apply for a job, but not everyone gets a job. Getting a job is dependent upon availability, whether or not an inmate has a fine that they need to pay off, if they have someone that is paying into their books, or if they have people that's sending them money for commissary, that kind of thing. And if they don't, work can help with that. So people that have large fines also are encouraged to have jobs or will get work assignments. So according to the handbook, and I'll get into this before I actually tell you what his job is, it says all inmates will have a work assignment and are required to work. Now, the mother I spoke to said that their son has never had a job the entire time that they've been there because there's no work assignments available, and he's not on a priority. There's also other people that have been waiting since 2018 to get placed in a job. So this was a little bit weird that he got a job so fast. It could be due to the large amount of his fine, or the fact that maybe he has no one putting money for his books, for his commissary and all of that. So here's what it says. All inmates are given work assignments. Work assignments to one of the following departments are completed by the Inmate Work Assignment Committee based upon quotas established by the institutional need. They receive monthly pay based on the number of hours satisfactorily work and perform. If an inmate is sanctioned for 100 to 200 series incident report, he will be restricted to $525 monthly maintenance pay for 12 months, beginning on the recorded date of the sanction. All safety rules must be observed at all time. So there's different departments they can work in. They can do facilities where they would be doing like maintenance, utilities, new construction, training. Like this is where they could learn about plumbing, painting, welding, machining, that kind of stuff. They can work in food service. They can work in the business office where they would be doing supervising financial management. They could be doing technical support for budget preparation and operation, automated accounting, purchasing activities, property management, receiving warehouse activities. They could be doing commissary operations. And then there are other ones that you can do like prison industries, like the textile factories, the business offices where they do procurement and warehouse stuff, and then quality control. It says that they are paid at a rate of 23 cents per hour, and they have the ability of earning up to $1.15 per hour max. And they, addition to the pay, benefits, vacation pay, longevity credit, holiday pay. So they apply this through their unicorn management staff, and then they place them on a waiting list. And then once you're placed, you're interviewed for a position, so on and so forth. So apparently there's a really long waiting list, like I told you. And this mom said that there's some people that have been waiting since 2018 to get a job. So she was a little bit surprised to get this from her son, but this is what she said. They said Josh Duggar's name is on a facility-wide list. And she said she wasn't sure what the list was, but it was just names of people who had jobs. And it says that he's working in the educational department as an orderly. So what is an orderly? She said, so he's a custodian in the library and education areas. And she said, my son suspects he probably makes about $20 a month doing that job. And she said it's not like 20 to 40 hours a week. It's usually like an hour or two a day, the most. And it says the list is up in a very public place. Anyone that's in the facility can see. So work assignments are known by the whole public that's in the facility. But she said this is, I know I told you before that they don't have enough jobs for everyone here. He said that there are people who have been on the waiting list for a job since 2018. My son has not had a job since he's been here. And I think her son has been there for like years. And she said, he said the BOP prioritizes who gets jobs based on the fines that they owe and if anyone puts money on their books. So since my son didn't have a fine, they've been paid, and we send money a month for his commissary, he will never get a job, probably. So Josh has a very high fine. So she's saying that her experience, based on what her son has told her, is that if you have a very large fine, so his fine was already paid by the time he got into the facility. So Josh has an outstanding fine. If you guys are not aware, he owes $50,000 to the U.S. government for his fine. And also interesting is that if someone doesn't have someone putting money on the books, so that makes me wonder, are Jim Bob and Michelle not giving him money for commissary? Because a part of money that's sent for the books, if you have an outstanding fine, part of that money goes towards your fine. So I don't know if they're withholding money because they don't want to contribute to the payment of his fine and they want him to have to pay off the fine. I don't know, but I know it says when it comes to putting money into commissary accounts, a portion of that money would go to paying off the fine. Part of me wonders if he's not getting money from Michelle, Jim Bob, or Anna because they don't want to pay off the fine, or maybe there is some bad blood here and they're not being super supportive. I mean, they're still paying for his appeal, and Justin Gelfand is still working on that. He said he'll have that done by September 12th, mind you. It's August 24th here. And so he already has a job. Now, my other question is did he get preferential treatment by getting a job because of his status of being a known inmate? So did his prominence or the fact that he is a high profile individual get him a job before other people? Did he get special treatment? Now, people tell me all the time that doesn't happen in these places, but I do wonder if that could play a factor, although people have said that they follow the rules, but again, I don't know. Okay, so money can be sent monthly to them, and they can do it like via Western Union or other payment methods. And they set up what's called a commissary trust fund, and it says that requires for withdrawal of inmate personal funds are processed every week. Unit managers approve withdrawals from the trust fund account to send funds to the dependent and other family members for payment of telephone bills, postage costs, and local newspaper subscriptions. The unit manager also approves withdrawals for the payment of fines, restitution of losses, legitimate debts, and other obligations such as court fees, attorney fees, birth certificates, expenses and trips, funeral trips, purchases, and legal books. So withdrawals address, so they take money out of the commissary trust fund to pay fines. If he has money that's due, that money can be withdrawn to pay off whatever debt he has. So there would be incentive for the Duggars not to send him money if they know that they're going to be sending him money to pay off the fine. And if they don't support the fine and they don't want to help him pay off the fine, they don't have to give him money. So that could be a reason why he got a job. But I don't know. He has a really large fine. I'm assuming larger than a lot of them because his fine was based on his income and his family's income. So, and it's still outstanding. So I don't know. So Josh has a job which this mom says could be because no one is sending him money or because of his high fine. And he is a custodian, an orderly, a custodian in a educational services. This makes me, and again, this is alleged. I don't want to say this is 100% factual. This is her allegation, or this is alleged by her son. So he's an orderly. He is a custodian. He's cleaning the educational library area. So Josh is a janitor, a prison janitor in the educational department. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. He's cleaning up the trash, wiping down tables, putting away books. Actually sounds kind of like a cushy job. I mean, I think it would be worse to be in the kitchen because it's so hot and messy. And I could think of a lot of other worse jobs you could have, like that would be outside and in the elements. So he's still inside. He gets to be a custodian, which, I mean, he's used to cleaning dirty cars and all of that. So it's not like anything new for him to have to clean and pick up things. So that part of it, I understand. But did you all see the pictures of what his office looked like? It looked so messy and gross. I hope to God that he's better at cleaning now than he was when he had that office for the car lot, because that place looked like a dump. So hopefully they have to, he improves his cleaning skills because they weren't that great before he went to prison. So Josh the janitor, the library janitor, allegedly. Now, is it because Jim Bob and Michelle have cut him off? Or is it because of the fine? Why do you think Josh got a job already? Or is he getting preferential treatment? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.